Hello, um, my name is Danny. Um, Basically, this is my first YouTube video, and it's really weird. Um, Never super wanted to make one of these, but uh, uh, all the depersonalization and derealization videos have helped me a bunch, and I don't know, I figured my story is, I guess, worth putting out there. Basically, I'm not sure what I'm going to title the video yet, but as you see, it's kind of along the lines of, like, I'm not even sure if it's still depersonalization. Um, so basically, I've had it for 8 years, about, and it hasn't always been super strong. It's been, like, on and off. There's definitely moments where, like, I didn't even think I had it anymore, or I'd never really thought about it, but it was kind of always there. But I guess I just want to tell you guys um, just how it was brought on, kind of my shitty mistakes, um, and yeah, because I'm in such a crazy state of it right now. But basically, when I was 17, and sorry if this is boring, I hope it's not boring, but when I was 17 is when I first, well, I didn't get it till I was, I think, 18, but when I was 17, I tried LSD, which was, like, still to this day one of the craziest experiences of my life. I won't really go into, like, the trip, but it was crazy and, like, insanely overwhelming, and I experienced dpdr while I was on the drug, but I was on acid, so I told myself, it's just the drug. And then once I was over that trip, we were able to fall asleep. I woke up feeling fine, like normal, like I had gone through something weird, but I felt myself and felt good again. And then there was some time, like I think like a couple of months after that, I was just laying on my bed and thinking about the trip a lot. By the way, I'm like a crazy overthinker. I just think constantly. Like, I'm insanely stuck in my head all the time, and I've kind of always been that way. I actually didn't know that people weren't that way. I thought that was just a normal thing. But anyways, I was on my couch and I was thinking about my trip, and then it was weird. I remember I was waiting to go to an appointment, and it just, like, clicked. Like, I felt super weird, like, remembering the trip, and at the time I thought it was like an acid flashback. I remember telling my friends about it, and they were just like, "Yeah, man, like, ride it out. You're just, you're high. Try to enjoy it." But I wasn't high. I was sober, and just feeling out of my body, feeling like I felt like when I was on acid. So I thought I had something to do with that drug. Basically, I went on with, like, my symptoms at that point were like definitely like the simulation feeling, and, like, everyone looked super weird. Like, the human body just, like, got so weird. Like, I remember looking at my friend's arm, and, like, the curvature of your arm, how it does this, the skin, I don't know. It just looked so foreign, and it was so freaky. I remember just being terrified and telling my friends, and I don't know, we just hung out like normal, and I went, like, I think I went about a year not knowing what the fuck was happening to me, and I don't know. Just one day, I decided to Google my symptoms about a year later, and I found depersonalization and derealization, and I was so comforted. It was insane. Um, Again, I think like the same day I typed it in on YouTube, and I found some videos of some people that were freaking out just like I was, or they had recovered. And I remember I like snapped back into myself like after watching the videos. It felt so good to watch them. And yeah, anyways, so after that, I knew what it was, and I think after that moment, for like the next pretty much 8 years, it was just always like on and off. Like, I think when I would smoke pot sometimes with friends, like it would come back. Don't do that. When I was like really hungover. But it was never like super scary anymore. Like, never. Uh, I I was always able to manage it really well, and it wasn't even really a big part of my life. um, but skip to uh, this past August, 2018. I I had my first like insane panic attack, and I didn't know what it was, and I ended up going to the hospital at like 4 in the morning because I thought I was having a heart attack. Like, I remember I was in my bed and my heart was beating so fast, and my sleep, I think it has to do a lot with sleep deprivation, but because I was a barista and I would work at like 4 in the morning sometimes. I just couldn't ever sleep. Like, I would just stay up all night, work a full 8 hour shift, come back, try to sleep, and then But anyways, so I was having my panic attack, and heart was going super fast, and everything was feeling super weird, like looking really weird. Like, I remember looking. I think I was watching like Game of Thrones. Oh no, I was watching Thor Ragnarok, and like just the colors on everything just like looked like I was perceiving it in a really weird way, almost like a weird deja vu way. I don't know, but basically, I had a crazy panic attack, and I think I hallucinated because I've been sleeping, but I thought I tasted blood in my mouth, so I jumped out of bed. I remember saying like, "God," like, "Oh no!" Like, this is. I thought I was gonna die. I just jumped in my car, sped to the emergency room. They kept me overnight and monitored my heart rate, and it was just a panic attack. Um, Anyways, so after that, that was like super overwhelming, and I felt the depersonalization come back because I experienced it so hard during the panic attack, and it never really left. Like, it was, I felt like it was in another stage of it, like something different than I had experienced the first time when I was 18. Um, but it was super hard to deal with, and like I was like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna come back from this one. Because it was just a panic attack, and I had a couple more panic attacks after that. I remember I drink so much coffee all the time, and I completely cut it out because one day after this incident, I went to work early, probably with no sleep like always, and I took an espresso shot, and a just gnarly panic attack happened. And yeah, so the DPDR was bad, and sorry I'm not looking at the screen. It's really weird looking at myself. Um, yeah, and it was getting hard to deal with, and I remember my one friend, like my best friend, he is like the only other person that I know that's gone through depersonalization. So I talked to him about it. I was like, "Hey man, I'm like, you're the only one that can relate to this, but I'm having a hard time with it again. It's been like years. It's, so I was pretty scared, and he tried to talk me down, but basically, so that was in August, and in November, I went to a wedding. Still not feeling great at all. I was still very much in it, and I ended up that night for some reason, because I had done Molly before, and I never really felt anything from it. It was I don't know. So I didn't really think twice about it. But yeah, I did Molly. That the night of the wedding, we had this like after party house thing, and basically, I I took it and I just felt more and more, and I was feeling them all more and more intense, and then something just like snapped, and I thought I was dead. Like I thought it was so strange. I didn't feel any part of my body. My vision was like so crazy. Everyone looked and sounded crazy, and like I thought I was like going into psychosis. Like it was so scary. Like there was like this weird dark gloom to everything, and like I remember I went and I had to leave the party. I couldn't be a part of it, and I went and lied down, and I looked at my phone, and it looked like it was like miles in front of me, and it was so scary. I told myself that night that like if I wake up tomorrow, you win, universe, because I thought I was dead. Um, no joke. I thought I was dead. Thought that was the end of my life, and that's how I went. I ended up waking up, obviously, and that that fucked me up. I was with my ex, and I like asked her to drive me to the hospital on the way back because I thought something was seriously wrong with my brain, and I thought I had brain damage or something. I went to the hospital. They turned me away pretty much. And for the next, let's see, that was November. For the next, month, month and a half now, or 2 months. It's almost New Year's. Man, the first couple of weeks, I went to the emergency room 2 more times because it was so bad. I was pushed into such a deep state of depersonalization. Like I had no idea what was going on. Like I had no sense of self whatsoever. Like zero sense of self. I just felt like I was like a state of awareness, just like somehow talking and moving. I felt like I should have been a vegetable, and everything looked insane. I don't even really know how to describe it. I'm really bad at with a really bad vocabulary, but God, nothing felt right. I was literally for about a solid month. I was basically just either at work, which I like just had to force myself to go to and just kind of, drive through it, and then or I was bedridden for literally like a month. Like I feel like even now I don't really remember that month. I like blacked out, and yeah, it was so scary. It was like the scariest thing that it was fucking crazy, and I don't even really know how to put it into words. I contemplated like I didn't even think I was alive. Like I thought I was in. It felt like I was in another like reality. Like just I wasn't I wasn't experiencing life right. Like I mean I still have this, but like my perception was just like so like I couldn't believe that this was life. Like I was living life the way that I was before. Like all my memories, my thoughts were like what they weren't even mine. Like my whole perception of everything was just like so not. I wasn't a part of it. Like I was just glued to like a TV screen, watching Parks and Recreation for like a month almost, and because everything was insane. I don't even know how to describe it really. It's like just this like insane terror and like darkness. I took some snapshots of people that described it better than I have, and one of them said that like people with bad depersonalization say that it feels like an evil entity like took over them, and that's what it felt like. Like if I could put it into words, it was kind of like a fucking, I'm not religious, but like a demon or something was like holding me by the spine and was like kind of walking me around everywhere. But I didn't even feel like I say me, but I didn't even feel like I was person. I didn't know, like, it's like really gross thing, like it freaks me the fuck out. But I didn't feel like a part of anything. Like I felt like I knew what nothing felt like. I feel like I knew what death felt like, and it was so scary. And sorry, so that went on, and I ended up slowly, so slowly, Jesus Christ. But I tried, like, I would try to get out, I would try to sleep a lot just to see if that helped. It didn't really. I tried a fuck ton of supplements, and none of them really worked. One kind of worked for like a couple of days, then it made things worse. It was a 5-HTP stuff. But sorry, I have super bad brain fog still. Like my thoughts are, it's hard to make this video, because my train of thought is shit. But basically, yeah, tried. I eventually, everything's still weird to this day. I was able to, like, slowly start doing things and not being in bed and, like, just kind of, like, facing it, like, this is crazy. And then I went on the 13th of December, I went on a trip to Oregon, which I was insanely nervous about. I have some of my best friends live up there, and I was so nervous to go up there because I didn't want to. I just wanted to have a good time, and I knew the mental state that I was in was so bad that, like, I was just so afraid to go try to enjoy it because I didn't think that I could. It ended up being pretty amazing the first 3 days, and then the last night we were supposed to be there was my other best friend's birthday. So we drank pretty heavily. I definitely, like, pretty much blacked out that night. And the next morning I woke up feeling like shit, because you shouldn't drink when you have this problem. But it wasn't, like, terrible. Like, I didn't feel as bad as I did before. It was, like, manageable. I was able to, like, it was fine. I thought I had it. And, but I did have a headache, and I went to a counter, which I thought was ibuprofen or something, and I asked my friend that was there, I was like, hey, can I take some? And she was like, she started laughing, and she was like, oh, that's Midol, it's for my cramps. And, like, she was like, but I do have Motrin. And we just kind of, and she put it down, we just kind of, like, laughed it off. And then she left for work. And then we were all about to go to breakfast, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll take, like, a super strong, she said it was like ibuprofen, but, like, a strong one. So I was like, I'll do that. That sounds like I'll feel great after taking that. So I took one. I took a Midol, and we went to breakfast. And during the meal, like, things just started getting really weird. So weird. And basically, I was shaking so much, like, at the table, and I basically just, like, kind of lost it. I tried to hang in there, but I was like, guys, we gotta go. And everyone was super understanding. They didn't really know what was happening yet. They just probably thought I had a hangover, and they were like, yeah, that's fine. So we started walking out, and we started walking to the car, and I'm sorry that I suck with this, but I don't even know how to explain it, but, like, God, like, my perception of life, it was like my brain was, like, malfunctioning and, like, forgetting what the fuck everything was, like, every few seconds. And I would literally, we were walking to the car, and I'd have to turn and be like, fuck, like, guys, this isn't good. And, like, I thought I was, like, because I had already handled all that other shit, and I thought, like, god damn it, like, I don't know what's happening right now, but I don't think I'm going to make it past this one, because that's just too much. Like, that's just too much on my brain. Like, my brain was just forgetting. We got in the car, and we were like, I didn't know what was happening. Like, I didn't know what the fuck a car was, and, like, I just looked down the whole drive home, and, like, looking at them, like, people looked so insanely weird again, and I, like, couldn't understand, but, oh, man, it was fucked, and I was just constantly shaking, and, like, I just lost my mind. And then when we got back to their house, um, my friend's girlfriend that was with us, I guess she heard Shelby and me talking about the Midol stuff, and I told her that I'd taken one, and she ran back in from the kitchen. She was like, "Oh, like I knew it. These like," and she was like, "There's like 80 milligrams of caffeine in these," and like I said, I had cut out caffeine after having that panic attack way back in August, so I didn't drink caffeine since then. So that was like insanely comforting. I was just having like a crazy panic attack, anxiety attack again because of the caffeine that I just took in pill form that just like blew up in my stomach, and I was already super sensitive to caffeine. So, anyways, that happened, and it took me, I don't know, like 2 hours to come out of that. I couldn't fly home the next, that was actually, the day that it happened, I was supposed to fly home. Couldn't get on the plane. I changed my flight, stayed for a couple days, tried to calm down. Um, and now I'm here. I mean, that was like 12 days ago or something. And it's still fucking hard. And that time it wasn't my fault, because, I took the acid the first time. That's just the risk you take of doing a drug. Did the Molly that one time. The first panic attack that I had, I didn't, I think I smoked pot and, like, drank some beers, but, like, that one was weird. It was, like, it happened at, like, 4 in the morning. I hadn't ingested anything since, like, 8 p.m. I think I tried chugging beer when I felt it coming on, because I thought it would help me, but I just put it down, because I was so, like, shooken up. I'm sorry, I forgot where I was in this whole thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm here now. And, I guess I'm still feeling so out of it, and my brain, I still wake up every morning with, like, my brain's like, what is happening? I'm just, like, insanely disoriented, don't know what anything is. Like, I know I'm in my house right now, but, like, everything still looks super weird, and, it just feels like my brain, like, it just feels like it just forgot what life was. It forgot what I can't even say that word, consciousness was, and, I don't know, I don't let it keep me down as much as I can. I try to just get up and start doing things, and there's so many videos now and about depersonalization and derealization, and, about what you should do or shouldn't do, about how you should just keep it out of your mind and, don't think about it at all. Or there's people that are like, no, you have to face it. You gotta, like, realize you have it and, like, just let it take over. Other people are like, don't let it take over. There's a lot of opinions out there, and so many things work for people. Like, I remember when I started taking the supplements, um, there's so many reviews that it worked for them, and none of them worked for me. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I just wanted to share this story just in case anyone's feeling the same craziness as I am. Because these videos have helped me a lot, just listening to other people's experiences. And, it just gives me hope, I guess. And I got through it the first time when I was 18, but this is on another level. I mean, part of me is, like I said, I'm worried that it's something worse than depersonalization, because it's just so crazy. Like, I definitely, I mean, filming this video, I can't look at my face really because it's weird. I have it, yeah. Every extreme worst symptom that you've ever heard about, I've had it. I still to this day, I don't recognize myself in the mirror. Like I said, I wake up not knowing what the fuck is happening. My hands, my body doesn't feel like mine, and I still have this problem, but it was really bad for a while. I couldn't take showers. Like, it was just so creepy. I couldn't wash my hands. Like, it was so weird being in the shower, like, looking at myself, washing myself, but I didn't feel like I was part of it. Like it just was too creepy of a feeling. Like my body I didn't know what it was. Like I hated showers, and showers used to be like the only place I could like calm down, and I can't even take them. Sleep didn't help for the longest time. I would just wake up. I would have the gnarliest dreams and like wake up dissociated and in full panic attack mode and like just be fucking like frozen from just terror. And it's so scary. It's such a fucked up disorder. Anyways, I don't know. I see a lot of people that are going through it, and like the two things that you hear everyone say is I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy, which I totally agree with. I would never wish this upon anyone. What was the second one I was going to talk about? I'm sorry. I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. And, a lot of people have suicidal thoughts, which is like an insane bummer. I mean, I'm so fucking terrified about the thought of death and that it's actually a real thing. Like, you're just gonna die one day, and because I mean, all of you guys know that have it. Your mind goes to insanely dark places that you can't really control, and I mean, I guess I've always pondered really dark things all the time, but like, it's just in a different light now, or different darkness, I guess. It's just way more terrifying. But yeah, I mean, guys, don't. If you have it so bad, don't commit suicide, please. I think that's the scariest part of this whole thing, is that this is your one and only life, and sorry, that thing is so distracting. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's my dishwasher. But yeah, I mean, this is your one and only life, and you feel like you're completely not a part of it, and I think that's the hardest thing that to get over. Like, if I ever do get cured, like, how will I feel, and will I be back in it, and what will my memories be of what I'm going through now, Because I'm not at all, I'd say I'm like maybe 60%. I don't know, I hear people give percentages, so just throwing it out there. But there's a lot of hope. I've seen a lot of comments. I dig deep in the comments just to like see if somebody brings up something, because all the normal symptoms that a lot of people talk about, I have those, but then I have worse ones. So I constantly research, like trying to find someone that I can relate to, and in the comments are like the best parts of these videos, because you can find I don't know, just what you need, but you find people that are going through it also, and it's like hard to believe. Like, it's almost like that feeling that when you have like an insanely bad dream and you wake up and you're like, fuck, like, thank God that was a dream, and like it felt so real. Like, all this kind of feels like that. Like, every morning I wake up, I'm like, fuck, this wasn't a dream. Like, damn it, I'm actually dealing with this, and it's so scary. I just realized how long this fucking thing is. I don't think anyone's made it through this video, so I don't know. I might do another one. I had like a list of things I wanted to talk about, but I guess just wanted to say, from being bedridden with this, the complete worst of the worst, I've definitely improved. It's the fucking slowest progression ever. The hardest thing I've ever gone through. The patience is insane that you need. But you guys can do it. You just hang in there. It's really cool too, because all the videos that I watch, everyone that has DP seems like a pretty fucking good person for the most part, and that's like kind of comforting. You never really, I mean, I guess, I don't know how you'd know, but all all of us that are going through this, like, the ones that I've seen, they seem like compassionate people, and that they care about other people, which is why they're making the videos. And I think it kind of, like, I don't want to say it's a fucking curse. Fuck this. I don't want to go through this, but it humbles you out. Maybe gives you. We're seeing life in a way that only. I think this is, what was the statistic? Like 1 to 2% of the world sees, or it's like an actual disorder. Like supposedly you experience dpdr in like times of when your fight or flight response is supposed to come out, but the ones that like us that like have a disorder and it doesn't go away, we're seeing the world in such a different way than a lot of people are, and a lot of people they can't understand unless they've been through it, and it's kind of like it's crazy. We didn't ask for it, but we're seeing it this way, and it's so scary. It almost feels like a glitch, like you're playing a video game, like an old PS2 video game, and you like fall underneath the map, and you're like, this isn't what the creators want to happen at all. But like, I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Sorry, this whole thing's a ramble. It's fucking 31 minutes. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to put this on YouTube. Alright, guys. If anyone made it through this, or if this, if you guys have any questions, I'll gladly respond. I want to talk to people about it. I haven't really done that. Just on the comments, which again are awesome. But, yeah, just let me know. My name's Danny. Don't remember if I said that in the beginning. This is the hardest thing ever, but I think we can do it, and there's proof. You can do it. You got this. You're not alone, even though it's like the loneliest experience that someone could probably, have. All right. Thanks for watching. If you made it through it. All right.